Welcome back, all. So, now let's move on to the more detailed analysis of what this lexical scoping is. So, we started the session in the previous session, we started saying what is meant by a scope, what is an environment. Then, we also saw a search statement which will help you to find out what are the available environments. And I also showed you an example where a free variable was having some value which was available in the global environment and not in your local function environment. Fine? Yes. So we had a brief introduction about what lexical scoping was in the previous session. Now in this session, let's move on to more detailed analysis of this lexical scoping. So very good functionality or an interesting functionality of this R programming is that you can create a function within a function. Fine? Yes. So we will see what this is. Now suppose I say I want to create a function, a common function which can help me to find the power of a given number. Suppose I say I'm giving the input as 2 and I say the power as 3, it has to find 2 cube. Fine. Instead of doing that, I want to create a function which will form the base for the others. Fine. Now let's see an example here. Now I say I am going to have power underscore function. Yes, I am going to create a function like this. So we know how to create a function. I say function of and I say something called as power. Fine. So this power says, see, I can give my own value for this. Okay. So the power. So I open it. I said an interesting functionality of this R programming is that you can create a function within it. Fine. Now let's see that. So I'm going to have another function exponent. Yes, exp and I say is equal to function of and I give a number. Fine. So something I am going to get as input for this exponent function and that is going to be using the main function. Fine. So what I am doing here. So whatever I give as number that has to be taken as a base and whatever is given in the power has to go to the power. That is what I want. So I say number and I say here power. Fine. And I end my function. See, now I have created two functions. So one function is power function, the other one is exp. So this exp is going to get the input called as number and that is going to be considered as the base and this power function is going to get the power and it is going to substitute here and you are going to get the answer. Now let's see what this actually is. Now suppose I say I want to create a function which is called as cube. So what is this cube? This cube function has to find the value that is power 3. Whatever number I give as input, for that the power should be 3 by default. Fine? Yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign this function cube with the already created function. So I say power function. Fine? And I say the power is 3. Okay. Yes. Similarly, now I am saying square function which is underscore power underscore function and I say square and I say some 10th power or something and I say the power underscore function is power 10. Yes, fine. So now let's see how it is executing. Now suppose I say cube of. So cube is the function which will find the cube value of anything you pass as argument. Now I say 3. So it has to find 3 cube. See, I've got 27. Now let's try with another example. So I say 4 cube. Find 64. Now I say 5 cube. 25. Similarly, if I use this square function, what I say square of 2. See 4. Square of 3. 9. Square of 5. 25. Yes. Similarly, the 10th one. Yes. 10 2 power 10. See 1024. Fine. So just with a single function which we declared here. So we had created a function within a function. Fine. And we had assigned this function to some other function for generalizing it. So this can act as a constructor. Okay. So this is an interesting phenomenon of your R programming. So now let's move on to what is actually this lexical scoping. So what is that actually happening? Now let's see here. So we had already created three functions. One is cube, the other one is square, then you have tenth. Fine. In all these three, what are the variables going to be used? The same variables, power, number. Fine. Yes. So now let's see what is actually happening. So now I say cube. When you just type cube here, you will get to know what is the function actually and what is that environment. See here, I just typed cube. I have not given any input and pressed enter here. See, you can see this function there and it is having some environment. So what does this mean? It means that for this particular function cube, everything which is created within this is going to be stored within this environment. If you want to find the difference, now let's say square. See, you can find the environment. See, this is different and this is different. Yes, fine. Similarly, tenth. You can see this is different and this is different and this is different. So you have separate environments for each and every function you create. Okay. So all these functions are having the same number and power. So within each and every function environment, the corresponding power and the number will differ. Fine. If you want to do that, now I say list of ls is for listing out, right? Listing out the variables. Now if you want to list out the variables within a particular environment, instead of saying in the global environment or inside the workspace, if you want to list it from the specific environment, now I say environment of cube. Yes, so you can see exp power. Let me again try to print what are the variables within this square. See, here also I have got exp power. Now let me check out what is there in tenth. There also you are having exp and power. So is it going to have the same value or different value? So if you create this exp and power in your global environment, whenever you access it, you will get that value to be the same value. But since it is created within this function environment, you will have different values. Now let's see that. Now I say get of, yes, from the cube I want to get the power function value. Yes, or I will say maybe number. Fine. Let us check what it is going to give. I say number. So number is not there in the environment. Fine. So I say exponent or I say power. Fine. So power is the value I want and I say in the environment I want from cube. Yes. So what will be the power value in cube? It has to be 3. Yes, see, you have got 3. Similarly, let us check for square. See, it is giving 2. Let me check for tenth. See, it is giving me 10. So, though you have the same name for the variable, it is going to store different values in different environments. Okay, so this is called as lexical scoping. So what is lexical scoping? So R follows a lexical scoping. So when you create a function and if you have some variables within the function which is to be used, the values for that variables are assigned initially by searching the current environment in which the function was created. So when I go for using this cube function, the current value for the power will be taken from that particular environment, that is 3. If suppose this is not available in this environment, then it will go and search in the next level, which is your global environment. If it is there, that will be assigned. If it is not there, then the remaining packages and stuff, still the base will be tested and it will assign the value. Fine. So this is the most important concept in your R programming, which we call it as this lexical scoping. Fine, you have different environments for different stuffs. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. So if you still have any doubts, you can very well contact me with your queries. Thank you.